The G Pen fall off is crazy and absolutely needs to be studied because what happened? Like, what happened over there? How did they go from being like one of the top brands who makes devices to like, I'm not even going to consider the next device they drop. They're so bad. I could remember about a decade ago when I was first getting devices, a little over a decade ago, G Pen was the #1 brand, the top brand. You go into any shop, they had it. You look up anything online. They were saying that G Pen was the best. And look, there weren't that many other device makers, not that many other companies making different vapes. And it was really just G Pen for a while, and they were at the top. There's a few other brands I remember from around the time, Chinese brands, Atmos and Eros, and a lot of little coil pen brands, but I remember one of my very first devices was a G Pen, and like, according to my standards today, I wouldn't think it's that great. But at the time, it was pretty decent for the price. And compared to everything else that was available, it was the best. And nowadays, if you look at a G Pen product, it's not even in the top 5 of the category. Flower devices, not even in the top 10. Concentrate devices, not even in the top 15. And they've almost set the precedent of if there's a wrapper associated with the product, it's probably not good. Because they're one of the first companies partnering with all the wrappers. Because the marketing was weird about a decade ago. It's like, well, in the rap songs, they talk about getting high and, you know, they're fine. They can get away with it. They got a lot of exposure. Their songs are getting played a million times. Let's partner with these guys. That's who everybody's looking up to get their smoking advice. And I don't know if I have to tell you this, but I'm going to. If you're getting like your tips or your advice on like smoking or devices from a rapper, all right, I won't say anymore. But like, no, come on, bro. They don't, bro. Come on, dude. But they've almost set the precedent of if they have a partnership with a rapper, it's probably not a good product. And I want to like G Pen, but like the last few devices I've tried for them, just not good, not even close to good. It's some of this stuff looks promising, but the performance is like, bro, what are we doing? I think they don't care anymore. I think they don't care. They have all their partnerships set up. They have all their distribution. They're already in all the shops. If they drop a new product, every shop is going to pick it up. They got the catalog or whatever. They're going to get the email from G Pen. But like, they're not trying anymore. I have joked about this, that the G in G Pen stands for glowy. Because every device that I've got from them recently, the Connect, the higher, every temperature setting is too hot. The lowest temperature setting that you can set it to is too hot. Like, what are they doing over there? I'm convinced, and I know this is true in a lot of cases, that people that are designing and making these devices don't try them. I'm convinced that the people that are making and designing G Pen devices like glowies, like their typical dab is off of a red hot titanium nail, and they don't care at all, bro. It's got to be hot and hurty over there at G Pen. And they have some stuff where you're like, that could be cool if it wasn't a hunk of crap. Like the G Pen Connect, one of the first devices I ever ended up making a video on. And like 2 weeks after I made the video, it broke. And like, I pulled the video down. That's when I started to go, maybe I shouldn't drop these videos like the same day I get the device just in case. Because they sent me a replacement, and hear me out. I thought that this was hilarious. It broke in the same amount of time. Like I had 2 G Pen Connects that both lasted for like 2 weeks. And even when it worked, it didn't work. But even when it worked, the lowest temperature was too hot. It has a self-cleaning atomizer or whatever, bro. Terrible for concentrates. It's cool to be able to like, you know, put your thing on different pieces and hit it. But like nowadays, if you want to do that, you want to get a proxy with a glass attachment or anything else, not a G Pen. Bro, I was stoked for the higher when it came out. I was like, oh, this is cool. Now I'm that reaffirmed for me. I'm super iffy on devices that are trying to do 2-in-1 or more than one thing. Just do one thing and prove to me that you can do it. Let's make another device for the other thing. Trust me. But I was excited to use that when it came out, and I had to use for concentrate on the lowest temperature setting, and I was loading in like terp pearls into the chamber because I'm like, I need something to soak this heat. It's just getting so dang hot. And I don't even know, they got like a pen device. I was hanging out at a spot. I had my pivot with me and I was ripping my pivot, and somebody's like, oh, I got something very similar from G Pen. And I looked it up. It was like in the same price range, looked like a similar device, but bro, glowies again. It was blinkers. It was doing like 10-second red hot hits. And it's like, who's approving these devices? Like they send them off to some rappers to go, yeah, bro, are these good? And the rappers are like, yeah, send them out. Like, who's testing these devices? They're bad. So I hope this video doesn't come off as too negative. I want to like Cewpins. They were one of my first brands that got me into devices. And I was like, oh, bro, I can't wait to see the future of this. But now if it's like a Cewpins device, I don't care. It's probably not good. Anyway, come get lit with me on my Twitch stream. I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I test out a ton of devices over there. So if you want to see what the new thing is out there, pop over there and let's get lit. See you later, dudes.